Hello, namaste everyone. I am Gunja Kumarisa. Today I am going to present my PhD research work, and the research entitles Effect of Social Media Language on Student Intention to Engage in Academic Use Behavior at Leading Universities in Nepal. Social media are online platforms that facilitate collaboration, cooperative communication, and content sharing among users in virtual communities. In the 21st century and in this modern era, millions of individuals use social media worldwide. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media platforms allow individuals and organizations to connect, to share information, ideas, facts, and interact with each other. Over the last few decades, it has significantly impacted almost every facet of our lives. There are 7.95 billion people on the planet and 66.2% of world's population. 5.35 billion people use internet and 3.96 billion people use social networking websites. Among them, 2.9 billion people using Facebook, 3.96.5 million using Twitter, and 550 million using Google. They invest and dedicate an average of 144 minutes per day to these platforms. In Nepal, 29 million people use internet facility for various purposes, and 13.50 million people, 43.5% in Nepal, using social networking websites, and among them, 91.71% people use Facebook, 4.36 on Twitter, and 3.33% on YouTube and other social media platforms. So social media is utilized by every people in the world, and it is utilized by the school students, high school students, college students, professionals, youth, and elderly people. In higher education, it is used to develop online learning, collaborative learning, course assignments, personal professional developments through creating content, sharing informations, ideas, facts, bookmarking, and connecting with respected stakeholders. So, the research issues are: what are the effects of social media language on student intention to engage in academic use behavior at leading universities in Nepal under the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology model. And another research issue is about does the social media language on student intention to engage in academic activities mediate the use behavior of the students. On the basis of research issues, some research objectives are to examine the effects of social media language on student intention to engage in academic use behavior at leading university in Nepal under the UTAT model, and to analyze the mediating effect of students' intention to engage in academic activities on the use behavior of the students. So the research framework based upon the research issues and the research objectives, which presents the UTAT model of Venkatesh 2003, which represents the performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facility condition as independent constructs, and the behavioral intention to use as a mediating construct, and use behavior as a dependent constructs. Among there are nine hypotheses, and hypothesis 1, 3, 5, 7 are represent the relationship between performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facility condition with behavioral intention to use. And the hypothesis 2, 4, 6, 8 represent the relationship between performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facility condition with use behavior. And hypothesis 9 represent the mediating relationship between behavioral intention to use and the use behavior. So these are the nine hypotheses. And the methodological parts, epistemological, considered as a research philosophical paradigm, quantitative approach as a research approach, and the studies target population are all the students of the leading Nepalese universities such as Triveni University, Purvanchal University, Pokhara University, and the Kathmandu University. And 235 students were considered from these Nepalese leading universities as a sample by using stratified random sampling method, and data were collected by 7 point Likert scale through a structure questionnaire, and data were analyzed through structural equation modeling for extract comprehensive information. And the result and discussion part explain the measurement model, and measurement model displays a path diagram for the final enhanced measurement model. This figure demonstrates that the standardized factor loading for each indication varied from 0.632 to 0.905 and was above 0.500, and all values are indicated in the acceptable range. And the figure is about structural equation modeling, which illustrate the studies framework, and this framework also explain that UTAT model is highly, the independent variable is highly represent when predicting the mediating and the dependent construct. So, the structural equation modeling result also explained through the hypothesis testing, and hypothesis testing considered total 9 hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 and 2 represent the relationship between performance expectancy with behavioral intention and use behavior. So hypothesis 1 and 2 indicated that the significant association between performance expectancy with behavioral intention and the use behavior. However, there are insignificant association between facility condition with behavioral intention and the use behavior, that represents the hypothesis 7 and 8. And the relationship between effort expectancy with behavioral intention is not significant, but significant with use behavior. Similarly, social influence also insignificant with behavioral intention, but significantly associated with use behavior. And at last, our hypothesis 9, that significantly associated with use behavior. So behavioral intention with significantly associated and relationship with use behavior. So all the hypotheses are not acceptable in range. Hypothesis 1 and 2 are accepted, and another hypothesis such as hypothesis 4 and 6 are associated, but hypothesis 3, 5, 7, and 8 are not associated. So the study found that effort expectancy and social influence had a considerable impact on youth behavior, but no distinct effect on behavioral intention. And at last, we already know that hypothesis 9 is significantly associated with the youth behavior. So, in conclusion, the research emphasized the importance of social media and its terminology in understanding students' intention and the use pattern, which can help improve their academic performance. And this study is very useful and effective for academicians, educators, students, and policymakers to encourage the use of social media for teaching, learning, and communication, collaboration, and promoting the use of language on social media with native speakers. And this study also advanced the learning results of social media language in various academic settings. So there is this research also have some limitations, that students will intense and use behavioral social media. This study only consider academic purpose at various prestigious Nepalese university, but this study avoided other reputed Nepalese universities and students. Therefore, it would be recommended to conduct similar research at all Nepalese central universities. And this study also only focuses focused on student aspects, but it missed or avoided other two pillars of the university, such as instructor and the employee's perspective. So the future research will have a platform for the overall aspect of the students, instructors, and the employees. Some references, and at last, I would like to acknowledge Language Technology and Social Media's Journal for providing me this opportunity to share my knowledge, and Dean Office, Faculty of Management, University, Kirtipur, Nepal, Patan Multiple Campus, Patan Toka, Lalitpur, Nepal, for the continuous support. Thank you so much.